Welcome to the 2024 AKC Agility Premier Cup presented by Tractor Supply Company. We're at the National Sports Center in Blaine, Minnesota, just north of the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul. It is a predictably pleasant, albeit a little bit windy, summer afternoon here in the land of 10,000 lakes. I'm Phil Murphy. I'll be talking with competitors throughout this event, and this event is an invitation-only all-star field. It began with 15 national agility champions and 7 Premier Cup winners. I say began with because not all of them reached this stage. We're at the finals, and we have 50 finalists across 5 different height classes. Our agility expert is a champion handler himself, Terry Simons.
Our judge today is Michelle Persian, a music teacher who put some thought into the design of this course. She says it's an ensemble of challenges that the teams will have to put together to make beautiful music or beautiful agility. And that first challenge comes right off the bat. After jump teeter, handlers must get their dog's head out of this tunnel and direct them to the backside of this jump in this direction. Now, after this jump, they're on their way to this jump in that direction to the weave poles, where the dogs must enter with that left shoulder on that first weave pole. And this is just a prelude to the symphony of agility. Well, here's our conductor, Carolyn Mano.
Terry, thank you very much. I know our teams will be looking to strike that perfect harmony out here today. This course is complicated. It's going to be a challenge. When you think about this entire area, Blaine, Minnesota, where we are, Minneapolis, St. Paul, the Great Lakes region in totality, it is so rich in sports history. Both the professional and the amateur ranks are so well represented here. And where we are today, the National Sports Center, well, it doesn't get any bigger and better than this. It is the largest amateur sports complex in the entire world, 600 acres on this multi-sport campus, 50 soccer fields, 8 sheets of ice, an 18-hole golf course, dozens of indoor facilities as well. So it is a perfect host for what we are doing here today. We are going to feature the best of the best. This is the 2024 AKC Agility Premier Cup presented by the Tractor Supply Company. It's part of the American Kennel Club's Dog Sports Series on ESPN, and it starts right now. And as we quickly take a look at today's conditions here in Blaine, a little bit windy, gusting at about 16 miles per hour, 68 degrees, 55% humidity. Overall beautiful for a June day, not too hot for our competitors. And the sun is starting to peek through just a little bit as we dive deeper into the course that awaits our competitors today. It's going to be a fun one. We'll have Terry take us through it with our Swiffer Inside Track.
This course immediately challenges the teams with a jump teeter start followed by a short tunnel that dogs will blast out of on their way to the backside of jump number 4, where handlers have the option to take the jump from either side. This is then followed by a jump and a gnarly weave pole entry where dogs must enter with their left shoulder on the first pole. From there, it's a series of jumps to a tunnel where dogs will be picking up speed and handlers will be trying to keep pace. Out of the tunnel, teams are challenged with the dog walk, where we might see a missed contact due to the speed. Now, off the dog walk, it's a hairpin turn over jump number 12 and into a tunnel. Handlers will then need to get across the course to handle their dog over the 270-degree turn of jumps, followed by a serpentine of jumps on their way to the A-frame and finishing on the wall jump. This course is really going to challenge our teams, and if they can keep it all together, they just might find themselves on top of the leaderboard.
Terry, thanks for that. It's going to be fascinating to see how the competitors handle this course and also handle the wind. The gusts are undeniable. Where is that going to be a factor today?
Well, we've had a great ground crew. They've weighted down all the jumps, so the jumps pretty much shouldn't go anywhere, but that doesn't mean a bar might not fall because of the wind. And if it does, it's okay. As long as the dog didn't knock it, it's okay. That jump will stay on the ground and they'll just keep running through it.
Well, we're featuring 6 different breeds to start the show. 3 of the first 6 teams are running in what's called the preferred class, a slightly lower jump height. And here's a miniature American Shepherd to kick things off named Loyal and Kyle Miles.
And unfortunately, they just ran right past that teeter. You do have to take the obstacles, and when it comes to the teeter and the dog walk on the A-frame, the dogs must get at least a toenail in that yellow contact zone or they will be faulted. You see up here on the way to the weave poles, get that left shoulder on that first pole. We see a blind cross where you saw Kyle just crossed in front of Miles. Going across the dog walk here. They get that contact. Here's that hairpin turnward on that jump number 12 into that tunnel. 270-degree turn here. Go through that serpentine. She does a blind cross, getting ahead of Loyal. There we go. Not a bad start. Not a bad start. Unfortunate about that teeter, though.
So 51.744, and we are off and running. Kyle said she's tried to be a little bit more intentional with her training, but she says the best part about the sport of agility is the teamwork between the two, and that is certainly on display. A lot of training is required for this sport, isn't it, Terry?
There's a ton of training, and it takes years.
Here comes Sri Kothur and Abbey. Sri describes his emotions coming in as pure excitement. He says he and Abbey have become consistent to the point that running clean feels automatic, and they're just fighting to maximize time. So let's see if they're perfect today.
Abbey decided she was going to start this party right away. Oh. They get to the backside of that jump. He gets Abbey into those weave poles. A little turn there to get Abbey onto his left side into that tunnel. Unfortunately, Shearer, as you can see, he's having a little trouble. His leg has been bothering him, but he is going to work through this. Unfortunately, we got a call there on that dog walk. Gets out over that. 270 right there. Does a blind cross. Trying to get Abbey over that jump over there before the A-frame does so. There we go.
47.713. It's got to be tough if you're limited in terms of mobility, because this is a very athletic sport. You have to be able to move as a handler.
It really is difficult. When you're used to running your normal speed and then all of a sudden you're 25% down, it's really challenging.
Up next is Alyssa O'Sullivan and Apple. We love a wily veteran in the group. Here
yes,
they go.
We do.
What are you looking for here from these two?
Well, I'm looking for our first clean run, I believe. Nice weave pole entry there by Apple. Alyssa gets out in front, does a rear cross here where she crosses behind the dog, tells her tunnel, get into that tunnel. She's out way ahead at the bottom of this dog walk. Apple makes that. Little wide turn there, but here they go into that tunnel. Apple! Oh, went right into those weave poles, unfortunately, and that's an off course. They had a really nice run going.
All of these teams start with 100 points, but then they get docked for things like veering off the course or missing an obstacle. So you have to be really fast, but you also have to be clean, and it's a balance between the two. What do you think happened there?
And then as you can see, that all you have to do is just get right through that weave pole entry. It doesn't matter. That was our off course. I thought we might see one or two, but I didn't think we'd see one so early.
Well, this is a wonderful breed. Up next, a Perennian Shepherd named D'Artagnan and Elizallo. I love that we can showcase a number of different breeds that play this sport.
Oh, this is great. This is great. And D'Artagnan's been around. 21, 22, was here in the finals. They take a different route to the backside of that jump into the weave poles. Ella gets out in front, does a rear cross right there. Just telling D'Artagnan tunnel, and Ella's way out in front. Getting to the bottom, beautiful dog walk right there. Nice turn, get into that tunnel. 270. Nice turns through that serpentine of jumps. Get that contact. There we have our first clean run.
And a time of 37.034. You can just see, Terry, how in sync these two are. They've been together for a really long time. And you mentioned harmony at the top of the show. And when it's right, even to the amateur eye, you can feel it and see it.
Here you see D'Artagnan come out of that tunnel to the backside of that jump on the way to the weave poles. They get in those weave poles. Furs flying, dogs weaving. Just beautiful right there. And send into that tunnel, and she is just way out in front. Here's that dog walk.
So D'Artagnan setting the bar, 37.034. Treats for everybody. We're going to see a lot of that, and rightly so, as we welcome in our next group of competitors. This is our first border collie of the day, one of many. This is Mickey Shannon and Zazu. And Mickey says as a team, they have worked to improve their rear crosses and their backside turns. Zazu, by the way, will do anything for lettuce, Mickey says. That's the big treat. So she's a healthy border collie, and she's ready to go.
She's going to be challenged immediately with that backside coming out of that tunnel. Oh! She pushed way too hard, unfortunately causing Zazu to take that final jump in our... And playing a little bit of Rose. There we go, into those weave poles. There we go. Sends to that tunnel. Gets down to the bottom of that contact. They're in the contact. Gets that turn there. Here we go with a series of jumps. S-turn, S-turn, S-turn. And unfortunately, we have another fault there. Ends up back jumping and then runs past the A-frame. Well, sometimes when the wheels fall off, they fall off.
They fall all the way off. That's okay. We've seen it happen. So we look at Bonnie Opal and Edward here. Edward, a Shetland sheepdog, the two talking to each other, getting each other psyched up. Bonnie says actually that one area that they've improved on since last year is that Edward has more trust in her. These two just love to go big or go home. They are ready to go.
Edward has a little something to say at that start line. Bonnie does a front cross, gets to the back of that backside jump. Nice send to those weave poles. Bonnie gets way out in front here, does a blind cross out of those weave poles, sends to that tunnel, gets down the line of that dog walk. Need to make sure they get at least a toenail in there, and they do. They get a nice turn right there into that tunnel, shoots out to this series of 270 into a serpentine of jumps right here. She does it really nice. She does a front cross right there. Make sure she gets that dog up and over that jump. They get that contact zone and then over that wall jump. You see right here, going through those weave poles, beautiful. Edward's just pushing right through those poles over the panel jump. Here's the send to that tunnel. Nice job there. Here we go through the serpentina jumps. There's that front cross I mentioned earlier. Up and over this A-frame. Definitely got paws in that yellow contact zone. Nice finish.
So a time of 37.812 for Bonnie and Edward, just short of the lead held by Elizalde and D'Artagnan. The Pyrenean Shepherd will step away. We'll come back with plenty more competition here from Blaine, Minnesota, right after this.
There's so much more coming your way from Minnesota. We will crown our 16-inch champion as junior handler Jada Sawney has a rematch against some giants of the class. And later, we'll introduce you to Kay, who will be wearing a mic as she and Rory navigate the course. And Terry breaks down our course in our Turning Point segment. It's all ahead from the National Sports Center. Stick with us. The 2024 AKC Agility Premier Cup is presented by Tractor Supply Company, providing pet food, animal feed, and gardening supplies. You Move, official joint supplement of the American Kennel Club. AKC Pet Insurance. Every dog deserves the pet insurance of champions. And Prevagen. Welcome back to the 2024 AKC Agility Premier Cup, presented by Tractor Supply Company. We're here at the National Sports Center in Blaine, Minnesota. Junior handler Jada Sawney turned just 17 earlier this year, but age is the only thing junior about Jada's game. She is a rising star in this sport. I would say she's already running with the big dogs, but she's objectively running past them. In our Tractor Supply Company K9 competitor profile, Jada relives the win at Nationals by she and her border collie Zula.
Do it now, there's a rainbow.
My name is Jada Sawney. I am 17 years old and I am from Punta Gorda, Florida. I've been doing agility since I was 5 years old. Slowly progressed through the levels as I fell more in love with the sport. Agility is fun because I can be on the ground and run next to my best friend. Zula loves it. dogs like Zula, which are such high-speed dogs, and mistakes can happen very easily. So she's really looking at my body whenever I'm cueing something and allowing her to find the obstacles without putting too much pressure on getting on top of her. I always wanted to compete maybe at the national level, but I wasn't expecting to win at the national level.
Up next, we've got a border collie named Zula, who actually came out of our challenger round, handled by Jada Sani, who is a junior handler, a teenager.
I was pretty nervous. It was such a big pressure event, so just taking a deep breath and going for it.
Oh, and I saw them run in the challengers round. You're going to see something special right here.
Challengers, that play-in tournament, you have to make it to this point and then compete in the finals.
Her strong suit is definitely going fast, which is right here with the backside into the weave pulls. She loves her weave pulls, and then we had this really long straight line, and she absolutely loved it.
They are just motoring through here. They are tearing it up. Look at that ground speed. Oh my gosh.
Here was a little bit of a questionable part, but we managed to save it, and then onto her favorite obstacle, which is the dog walk, where she can just run straight to the finish.
Flying over the dog walk. That was absolutely incredible. Jada Sani and Zula, the border collie, with a blistering time of 29.020.
I felt really confident about this run, and I ultimately had to wait to see where the top dogs ended up with their times. The last two dogs were Jennifer Crank, who is a super successful person in our sport and definitely a role model of mine, and then also Emily Klarman and Vanish, who were the defending champions, also a really good friend of mine and a super good mentor. So it was definitely a little nerve-wracking to watch their runs and see where they were going to end up.
Jen and Emily did everything they could to beat it, and it just wasn't possible.
You are looking at new national champions out of the challenger round.
Yes.
Jada, a teenager, showing up on the biggest stage in the biggest of moments.
When I was named the winner, it was really exciting, probably one of the highest moments in my agility career. Everyone was super excited to not only see me win, but as a junior handler and also someone that they've seen since I was really young and I didn't really know much. I found a lot of them to be really supportive the whole way through and really excited for my success. It was a really special day, and it makes me really excited for all my future endeavors in the agility world.
Jada and Zula are capable of absolute magic.
There's definitely the pressure once you win something to repeat it, and it's definitely a lot of pressure, like I said, but when I compete, I try to focus on myself and my run. That's something that really holds true to me. Focus on it and be the best that I can at it.
And Jada, already a veteran in the space, competing since age 5. You see an 8-time junior agility champion, national agility champion this past year. And Carolyn, the script is starting to potentially repeat itself. Looking at the win at nationals, she sat on the hot seat as Jen Crank and Emily Klarman tried the best of the number. If Jada and Zula can go sub 37, sets up for a similar finish here in this class.
It certainly does, Phil. Thank you very much. Jada says she's really improved her mental game, Terry, for big events like this one over the course of the last year. We'll see if she can get the better side of 37 seconds here.
That I don't think is going to be an issue, but like you said, the mental game, and I think we've seen several handlers have an issue with the mental problem of this game. She does a nice job getting her dog to the backside of that jump, sends beautifully to those weave pulls, gets out ahead, cueing the tunnel, getting around the jump. She's running down to the bottom of the dog walk. She gets that dog walk contact. Tunnel. Just handled that beautifully. Zula checked in just for a quick moment. There we go.
29.699. Border Collies excel in the sport of agility, and these two could not be more in sync.
Now, there's a beautiful backside right there. And then look at that send of those weave pulls. Jada's at the other end of those weave pulls while Zula's going into the entrance. Nice, fast, smooth weave pulls. Beautiful right there. Here's that running dog walk. She gets up and over that dog walk, hairpin turn, back into that tunnel. And then up and over this A-frame, definitely getting paw in that yellow and then finishing over that wall jump. Well done.
Like Phil said, she is such a star in the sport. And here comes veteran Jennifer Crank and B, her Shetland sheepdog. They have been at the top of the sport for many years. Jen Crank going for her 5th Agility Premier Cup title here in Minnesota. She is a perfectionist. She demands the best from herself.
Yes, yes,
B
she
is
does.
5 years old and has matured a great deal, according to Jen.
Target hits that teeter to the bottom, gets over that backside, sends beautifully into those weave poles. Jen's out in front, sends to that tunnel. Dogs are loving that line of jumps to that tunnel. They get to open up. Beautiful running dog walk here. Beautiful turn right there. She gets another great turn here. She gets out ahead. She's got to push. Get up and over this A-frame.
So just over 30 seconds, really fast, but not fast enough to best Jada Sani and Zula.
Nice start here. You see, getting up to bottom hit. Remember with that teeter, you got to get to the bottom and it's got to hit the ground before the dog can leave. Beautiful backside turn there. Here's that dog walk I spoke of. There's a beautiful turn right there. That's just a great turn. And she gets another one right there up and over this A-frame. It just wasn't enough.
Well, we saw what Zula could do, and now we've got a pair of Border Collies to round out our first of 5 different competitions here today. This is Mary Moore and Dazzle, the Border Collie. Mary describes Dazzle as efficient, focused, and responsive.
Definitely going to need all of that.
Time to beat 29.699.
She gets way out ahead. Teeter hits. Dazzles off, gets to this backside. Over the jump, sends to those weave poles. Beautiful job with those weave poles. Does a blind cross right there, sends down to that line of jumps into that tunnel.
Left.
Left, she says, and oh, turns right, but they're fine. They just took a little longer route to get to that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I think Dazzle's going on a little walkabout here.
Well, you could start to feel some of that confusion starting to build, right, Terry?
Yeah, a little bit here and a little bit there, and then it just, but if I'm correct, I don't think there was a fault.
Okay, so a clean 38 and change for Mary Moore and Dazzle. And our final competitor of the day is another Border Collie in Vanish and Emily Klarman handling. This is a team that really shined in 2023. They made the Agility World Championships. They won the AKC National Agility Championship. They are the last pair that could stand in the way of Jada and Zula. They have got to do better than 29.699. Emily says Vanish loves artificial turf.
Well, then this should shine right here. Get to that backside of that jump. They do very well. Send out to those weave poles. Beautiful weave pole entry. Look at those weave poles. Awesome right there. Get down this line of jump. Send into that tunnel. Emily gets down that line. Gets a really nice turn there. Beautiful turn right there. Up and over. Got to push. Beautiful running A-frame right there.
Looking really good. Have to push here.
Oh!
So not quite good enough time-wise, and a victory lap for Jada Sani and Zula, the 17-year-old who is absolutely taking the agility world by storm. Well-deserved for Jada and Zula. They put together, Terry, just a flawless performance.
It was amazing.
Are we looking at the next generation of agility superstars in handlers like Jada?
Absolutely, absolutely. Next generation, in our generation as well, right now.
Our first ribbon of the day handed out as we check in with Phil, who's with the winners. Phil.
Carolyn, first ribbon of the day, but not the first ribbon on the mantle for Jada and of course, Zula. Jada, just like Nationals, you're here on the hot seat. You have Jen and Emily going through. What were your emotions here today after you put up the first sub-30 time by a significant margin?
Yeah, I just think it's incredible, like Nationals, to have a repeat kind of here. It's incredible. Last year we got second at this event, so to win, it's extra special.
And she's obviously so quick. You saw a couple competitors have faults in the runs leading up to yours. Where did you think you needed to be particularly mindful?
I had to be definitely mindful by the turning. She's so fast, so I needed to keep sure that she didn't turn super wide or drift or anything. And like errors happen so quickly with her, so just really staying on top of my game.
Well, congratulations. I'm sure we'll be talking at Nationals in the future and Premier Cup in the future as well. All the best.
Thank you so much.
When the 2024 AKC Agility Premier Cup continues, the 24-inch class is up next. Irish Setters, Weimaraners, and Golden Retrievers attack this course. It's the AKC on ESPN. Welcome back to the 2024 AKC Agility Premier Cup, where some of the fastest agility competitors take on a challenging course here at the National Sports Center in Blaine, Minnesota. And in speed sports, all the time, races come down to decisions made on one or two turns. Agility is no different, but unlike the counterparts in, say, Formula One, you don't get 50 laps to tinker with race lines. You get one. Terry Simons has more in the Farmer's Dog Turning Point.
If teams are clean to the bottom of this dog walk, they'll be faced with a hairpin turn on jump number 12 and then into the tunnel. Now, out of this tunnel, they have a series of S turns over these jumps here, which I believe could determine our champion today. I want to welcome the newest member to our team, Nanette Nance and her dog, Arai. Hey, Nanette, how are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
Good. Arai, you ready for this?
He's ready.
All right. Good luck. Show us how it's done.
Thank you. Okay, break. Go.
Here goes Arai across this dog walk, gets that down contact, and make a beautiful hairpin turn there. Sends Arai out and over. She gets out way ahead. Choose that jump. Well done. Excellent.
Yay!
Nanette, that was awesome. How did that feel?
It was fast and furious is how I felt.
I mean, what did you find was probably the main challenge here for this?
So I think the main challenge was getting the send out and getting your dog to that backside and getting on down the line so you could actually set up to get over that jump and over the A-frame.
But you did it beautifully. You sent. Arai knew he was supposed to come around on that 270, take the serpentine on the way out. That was beautiful.
Thank
now, how difficult is it to get your footwork right in this area?
I think the most difficult section is when you're pushing the backside and trying to get through here and just making sure you're going straight through in the line and making sure you're still cueing the dog to take the left turn. So it's kind of hard to get it all just lined out for them.
Well, you did a fabulous job.
And there's Terry's turning point right there. We saw it be a turning point in a very literal sense in the 16-inch class, Carolyn. Next class coming up, starting now.
I'm real curious to see if that keeps going and we keep seeing winners because of that section right there. They got to get clean all the way through there.
So we've got one sub-30 time from a 17-year-old in the book so far as we welcome in our 24-inch class. Starting off, Sarah LeBlanc and Cephas. Cephas won this event back in 2021, and since that time, Sarah has become a mom as the two get off and running here.
She does a blind cross out of that tunnel to get to the backside of that jump. That's where, oh, unfortunately, Cephas had other ideas coming off that jump before the weave poles, so we have an off course there. Sends to that tunnel, gets down that line. Get into that contact zone, wide turn there. And Cephas took another turn in the other direction. They have a little bit of confusion going on between the two of them. They're just not syncing right now. And unfortunately, it's no fun when you don't sync at a national event.
Welcome in our next set of competitors, Melissa Suter and Tempo. Tempo is an Irish setter, as you can see, another fun breed. Doesn't quite know what to make of our cameras, but that can be a little bit confusing.
And this is our third preferred dog in this height class. So the last three dogs here are jumping 20 inches. Get down that teeter into that tunnel. Melissa gets Tempo around, up and over the jump, into those weave poles. Melissa kind of escorting Tempo there just to make sure they got that entrance.
Tunnel.
Beautiful extension here into those, over those jumps and into that tunnel. Get to the downside of this dog walk, and they do. Oh! We are having some confusion on that hairpin turn out there. Some of the dogs are just turning the wrong way, and unfortunately, another turned the wrong way. And unfortunately, some of them are back jumping the jump, which isn't off course, up and over this A-frame. Good job. Yeah, those jumps after the dog walk seem to be a little bit of trouble here.
Here is a beautiful look at Link, the Golden Retriever, and Rosemary Strasser. The Golden, another breed that is so popular. If you have a Golden Retriever or a Lab, even an Irish Setter, any one of these breeds at home, you can get involved in this sport. I know it can be intimidating, Terry, but agility truly can be for everyone, and it's all across the country.
Oh, it's a great relationship builder, and it is so much fun. So much fun. Rosemary gets out in front of Link, sends to the backside of that jump. Escorts all the way to the weave poles. She's going to rear cross right here on this panel jump. Link says, got it, I see the tunnel, I'm on my way. Get down to the bottom of this dog walk. Tunnel, she says. Get in that tunnel. Nice turn here on that 270. Here's the serpentine we talked about. Handles that very well, excellent. And there they are, nice and clean.
Up next, this is Maui Jim, the Border Collie, and Melanie Rock.
Bottom of that teeter, they do. She kicks the backside, picks up Maui into those weave poles. She crosses behind the weave poles. That's excellent. Gets out ahead here, sends Maui Jim. Walk it, get down to the bottom. They do, they get that turn into the tunnel. She's up there to shape that turn. Little wide there.
Looking pretty good.
Yes, they are. They get that A-frame. Oh, they knocked the last jump. They hit the wall jump, unfortunately. They had a great run going.
32.645 with that unfortunate error at the end. So you are looking at our current leaders in the 24-inch class, Rosemary Strasser and Link. Phil.
So, Carolyn, I have a couple Goldens at home, and I'm looking over at Link, and he was getting really antsy on the hot seat. So I asked about that, and they said, well, no, he knows his treats are on the outside of the wall. So he wants to leave to get his treats. So we coordinated. Link and I worked together, got his treats now on the inside of the wall. He's very comfortable on the hot seat.
Phil, thank you very much. That is a good teammate right there. But, you know, Phil works for treats as well. We always bring him jerky when he gets a little bit antsy, get him going, give him a little bit of protein so he knows he can return the favor and be a good teammate. That's good stuff. All right, so here is our next competitor. This is Christine Kalopoulides, and Spencer, we've got another Labrador Retriever on deck.
And once again, Spencer is a preferred dog, jumping 20 inches, but competing against the 24-inch dogs.
Good reminder that if you have a dog that maybe is coming back from injury, if that's a little bit older, they can still get out here and run.
Absolutely. That teeter goes down. Gets Spence to the back side of that jump. Back, she says. Escort Spencer all the way to those weave poles. Make sure Spencer gets in those weave poles. Christine does a blind cross there. The dog crosses behind the handler into that tunnel. Getting to cross that dog walk. A little slow coming down that, little hesitation. Picks it up, gets around this 270 into the serpentine. Get up this A-frame. A little hesitation coming down. That's just going to cost them a bunch of time, but they're clean.
Very nice. 45.951. So Rosemary and Link are still in the hot seat, and I'm excited about the final four breeds that we get to showcase in this class, beginning with a German Shepherd dog in Xenia, who is handled by Sonia Davis.
Xenia's kind of taking a good look at our camera right there. And off they go. Sonia's running barefoot, so she feels the turf beneath her toes as well. Get to the backside here, front cross, send to those weave poles, gets those weave poles, moving through here.
What's Xenia saying?
Xenia's just kind of, where are we going? What are we doing? Let's get on track. Here they go. Now they're on track. Genia's up and over this dog walk, gets in that contact zone, makes that left turn through this tunnel. Got to run down, get that jump right there. Good job. Through this serpentine here. Up and over the A-frame, get that contact. They do. Well done, well done.
3 more competitors to go. Here's a Weimaraner named Calgary, handled by Stacy Zaleski.
Sets Calgary way back on that start line to get a big, long run at that first jump. They get that backside of that jump there. Making some noise through those weed poles. I like that, a little something different.
That is different. What do you think's behind that?
I don't know, we each all, you know, some of us go get it, some of us just say weave, some of us say nothing. That is just her way of telling her dog to weave and get on that rhythm. Over this jump.
They seem very in sync so far.
Oh, unfortunately, we have a knocked bar there. Calgary
just too soon.
Yeah, you did. You spoke too soon. I think Calgary just actually ended up hitting the wing, cutting that jump too close, which knocked that bar.
So 40.648. And we've still got Link, the golden retriever, in the hot seat. Well, Rachel Evers just got a couple of kisses from her Labrador Retriever Gator there before they get set to go. Rachel says for his size, Gator is incredibly agile, but he wasn't always that way. Rachel says that she is just thrilled at how Gator has been able to use his body more efficiently in the last year. He keeps getting better and better.
And they're jumping 20 inches, and they're coming off winning the 24 National Agility Championship at the preferred level. Little mix up there, trying to get around, get to the backside. No mix up there. That was just beautiful. Look at those weave poles. Rear crosses there. There you go. Got that tunnel. No problem, Mom. Here I come. Get down the line.
He is really moving.
Get this contact. They do. Beautiful job there. Get up and over. She took up a lot of time there, a lot of distance.
So, Terry, with a time of 37.128, it is Gator who is now in the hot seat, besting Link by just seconds.
Out of the tunnel, you can see right here trying to get to the backside of that jump, and they do. But this beautiful weave pole entry was just fabulous. I love that, and they're just pushing through those weave poles. And through this serpentina jump, she kind of added a little bit of time shaping those jumps, but it was beautiful.
And it all comes down to Amber McCune and Granite, her flat-coated retriever, to see if they can go ahead and get this done. Amber is a veteran handler. She is very used to being on this stage, handling multiple dogs across multiple height classes. And she says she is working, Terry, on being more clear with her body cues, no matter who she's handling. And we'll see if these two can execute and best the time of 37.129.
I expect a really good run, leaving nothing out there on the course. She gets everything she can out of Granite, getting to those weave poles, get all the way down there. Does a rear cross here. Granite actually tried to pick up something off the course, but it was painted on the course.
Good save.
That's a sporting breed for you. That's a flat coat. Gets that downside contact. Tunnel. Amber gets up here. She gets a front cross. Nobody's done that yet. That keeps the line really beautiful.
Has to really push.
She's got to really push.
Not quite enough, 39.314, but still a really good effort for Amber McCune and Granite. But it is going to be Gator and Rachel Evers winning the 24-inch class with a time of 37.129. Well deserved. The second to last team coming into the field, and they are the ones that end up in the winner's circle. Gator was ready to go from the start.
Gator was ready to go from the start.
I feel like the dogs know that it's a victory lap. Is that true?
Yes, it is. Yes, it absolutely is. Because when else do you run free and who cares what happens?
Plus the treats may increase as well. And Phil is with the very happy winning tandem. Phil.
Very happy and still very energetic, Gator, and here with Rachel. Rachel, you guys are national champions in the 24-inch preferred class. You've described Gator's running style as a Mack truck going 1,000 miles an hour. How did you get that Mack truck to perform here today and win?
Well, so every time we go into a run like this, when I know he's going to be super amped, he's been really excited all day long. I know I go into it with a plan, and I know that I'm going to have to make adjustments along the way. So when we started, he was a little bit over the top. I kind of had a wild ride out of the tunnel and over the next jump. But then once he sort of locked onto the weaves, I knew he was going to be on rails, and then we just let it rip. So it was great.
And at that point, you know, when he's on rails like that with that speed, you're going to put up a pretty good time.
Correct. He's a really fast Labrador. He's really nimble and knows how to use his body when he's...
Quickly, you've said he'll eat anything that's not nailed down. How are you going to celebrate?
Oh, buddy, is it a hamburger tonight or a steak? We're going to have something fun.
Gator and Rachel, a lot of kisses to go around down here, Carolyn.
Phil is going to collect them all. Thank you very much. So kisses all around. 2 champions crowned, 3 more still to come.
From the big dogs to the dogs with the big attitude. Francois, Kermit, and Muncie headline our 8-inch class. Plus, we'll introduce you to our youngest competitor, a 13-year-old junior handler. You're watching the AKC Dog Sports Series on ESPN.
Welcome back to the National Sports Center in Blaine, Minnesota, which is really a unique asset to the state. It continues to grow and evolve. Today, a great example of that, hosting our canine competition. And actually, since it opened its doors back in 1990, this place has welcomed more than 50 million visitors. It is an incredible place as we get set for our 8-inch class. 7 out of the 10 canine competitors in this class are Papillons. Papillons have won this class 4 straight years, Terry. And here comes Danica Hedges and Flint.
Off they go. I love watching these little dogs. They have such a big heart, and they can really put it down and take up some speed and get going and hit. Look at those weed poles. There we go, just what I was talking about. Look at those little legs go. They are flying here. Feet to get to the bottom of that dog walk. Turn, get into that tunnel. Get good straight lines here. Handled that beautifully. Made sure she got that turn on that last jump to the A-frame. What a great start.
Fantastic out of the gate, 35.612. All you could ask for Danica from Flint.
That was awesome. I mean, here's that start. Beautiful turn right there on that backside. Little 360, if you would. And then these weave poles. Just look at these weave poles. Just footing it right through there. That's just awesome. Here's that dog walk. Here's that turn to the tunnel. Beautiful turn to the tunnel. Out of that dog walk, here's that 270 right there. Out of that tunnel, 270. Over that serpentina jumps. Beautiful.
If you blink, you miss a Papillon running an agility course. They are that fast. They are so agile. Well, here is Kay DeTample and Rory, and Kay has been kind enough to wear a microphone for us so we can really hear what it sounds like from her perspective. We're going to go through our AT&T soundtracks and take a listen start to finish. Let's take a listen now.
Stay. Teeter on. You bet. Stay. Go tunnel. Roar, right here. Push. Roar. Right here. Get him. Ready? Go. Tunnel. Roar. Walk it. Touch. Wrap. Go tunnel. Out. Right here. Right here. Right. Go. Touch it. Go. Good job. Good try, buddy.
Our thanks first and foremost to Kay for letting us in to how it actually sounds and feels up close in these runs. I got into a little bit of trouble before the finish there, but that was thrilling and really exciting.
It was great. I love the little argument they were having on the teeter.
There's a real rhythm to this between the handler and the dog. You could hear that so clearly from Kay as we welcome in Francois, another Papillon handled by Tara Anderson. They're off and running.
Nice job on the teeter, getting all the way to the top of that teeter. Faster you get to the top, the faster that teeter moves down. Get into those weave poles. Does a rear cross here. Telling Francois tunnel long before, there we go, okay. I'm not sure if something was in the tunnel, if there was a tunnel monster or something going on in there, but Francois took a long time to go, and then didn't have another chance to go to another tunnel and ended up going up the dog walk. Okay, there's the normal speed coming in and out of a tunnel. That was great.
What do you think's going on there? A little bit of confusion around the tunnels.
I don't know. I don't know why Francois did not want to come out of that tunnel.
54.234 for Francois. You can see Francois before it gets going. A little kiss to the camera. You don't get bonus points for that.
No, you don't. That was awesome. And then there's going up that dog walk the wrong way, unfortunate. But then here we see Francois go in, and we don't see Francois come out.
He's an independent man.
Yeah, he's checking out something at the end of that tunnel for sure.
And here comes a miniature schnauzer. This is Kermit and Stacy Bowles. Miniature schnauzer is a great little breed.
Yes, and we're going to see a really nice run between these two. Off they go. Kermit gets to the end of that teeter. She releases Kermit, makes sure that he's in that contact zone when it hits the ground. And Kermit just kind of a squeak bark there saying, here I come, let's go.
Go!
Nice job getting that tunnel.
Go!
Up and over the dog walk, they get that contact beautifully.
Tunnel!
Nice turn there. Good job with that, with a blind cross there that she put in. Helped get further ahead.
Really nice, 41.069 for those two. And a look at our leaders as we step away for just a quick second, halfway through the field. When we come back, we've got 4 Papillons on deck and Havanese trying to take the lead here in the 8-inch class. Back with more from the 2024 American Kennel Club Agility Premier Cup.
Welcome back to the 2024 AKC Agility Premier Cup here from Blaine, Minnesota. Looking at this event, it's 50 dogs, invitation only, basically an all-star event, competing in 5 height classes, each class based on the dog's jump height. We're currently in the 8-inch class. Timed competitors, fastest dog to register a clean run wins. Right now, the fastest dog in the 8-inch class is Flint and Danica, who are getting very cozy in the hot seat.
Phil, thank you. Their time, 35.611. So looking for a little bit faster than that from our final 5 teams, but also remember, you have to be clean. I love Flint's hair just kind of blowing in the wind. He's closing his eyes, he's relaxed. He's getting treats from Phil over there, I'm sure. Life is good right now for Danica and Flint. Here's Jesse Westover and Finn.
Nice teeter, got all the way to the end of that teeter. Beautiful job there. And unfortunately, she did not get Finn's head to get to the backside of that jump, so that was an off course. But looking good here in those weave poles. Nice speed here into that tunnel. Jesse getting down to the bottom of the dog walk. Does a blind cross at the bottom, get a good turn there on that number 12 hairpin turn. Gets a good turn here, does a blind cross there, then pushes through there. And unfortunately, they did knock a bar. That's going to cost them another 5 faults. But they finish it strong with a really good time.
Here comes Andrea Samuels and Gabby, the Papillon. When you see some of these errors and mistakes, Terry, that we've seen throughout the day, how much of the responsibility is on the handler to make sure that the dog knows where they're supposed to be going?
It is all on the handler. Yes, every now and then a dog will take a wild turn for some reason, but it is all us, the handlers, that are causing all these mistakes. Make sure that Gabby gets down to the bottom of that. Teeter does a really nice job directing Gabby to the backside of that jump. And she barely gets out there to get that cross there. Sends Gabby into that tunnel. They are laying it down right now.
This is looking really good. Time to beat 35.611.
Moving fast, moving hard. Get the turn here. Andrea's giving it her all. There we go.
And your new leader, 34.799 for Andrea Samuels and Gabby.
That was an awesome run. That was just great. Right from the start, here's that teeter. All the way to the top. Boom, it hits, then they leave. Push into that tunnel. She says, that's your job. You go to the tunnel. I'm going to use it to my advantage to get further ahead. She does a cross at the bottom right there. So she can get a really nice turn right here, which she does, and into that tunnel. Just beautiful. She is directing and getting everything she can out of both Gabby and herself.
So those two have made their way to the hot seat, looking very comfortable there. And we've got 3 more teams still to go. So,
and remember, we're doing this in reverse order.
We got Michael Jordan here with the tongue hanging out, the VIP. I love it. It's a good point about reverse order. Here comes Brenda Katz and Focus, another Papillon team. So let's see if they can throw down something special as well.
Let's see how they do on that teeter. They don't get all the way to the top right away, so it took a little bit of time right there. Oh, and unfortunately, Brenda just disengaged a little bit, and Focus said, well, what's up? And did not take that tunnel. But they're back on track now into those weave poles.
Can really just happen that fast, can't it?
It can. You need to stay 100% engaged with your dog. You need to stay connected. Whether you're in the future with them, with your body and your words, you still need to stay connected with your eyes and your arms. The littlest bit of disconnect can cause a problem. But as you can see, they had the disconnect, but they're back together now, getting through this course. Up and over the A-frame, and then the wall jump. There we go.
One more Papillon to go. This is Cinder and Julie Courier.
Julie Courier with Cinder Papillon from Westerville, Ohio.
Kept moving all the way through, but still didn't get all the way up there to get that teeter to fall faster. Nice job getting to the backside here. Get into those weave poles. Julie gets out ahead, sends Cinder into that tunnel. Use that tunnel once again to the advantage while the dog's in the tunnel. Get down the line as fast as you can. Does a rear cross on the jump to get the dog to turn left into the tunnel. Here's that 270-degree turn into the serpentine. They handle it beautifully. Oh, unfortunately, they did not. That was a good save. Almost had an off course there. The dog went the wrong way, Cinder went the wrong way, but saved herself.
Really nice save. Not going to be quite fast enough, but a good solid run. And one more competitor left, Chris Hewitt and Muncie, the Havanese. So can they do better than 34.799, the time set by Andrea Samuels and Gabby the Papillon? We are about to find out. The wind has picked up a little bit here, Terry.
We've got a couple quick gusts here. I said, most of the dogs I know love the wind. They get a little wind up their rear and they're like raring to go. Get to the backside of that jump. Get into those weave poles. Nice send into those weave poles. They're going to have to push really hard here. Need to get some speed down this line. It jumps into that tunnel. There they go. Now they're on. Up that dog walk. Chris is a little behind. Could have used that dog walk to get further ahead. Oh, no. Okay, good. They save it. Good job there.
You can see Andrea Samuels looking on.
Oh, now we have an off course.
And knowing with certainty that they are, in fact, going to end this day as champions as we see the end of Muncie's run, 45.741, and a couple of mistakes. So it is Andrea and Gabby, the Papillon, that end the day in the winner's circle. It's always fun to see these Papillons out here. They're such great companion animals. They're wonderful in your house as a pet, but they are really smart and fast on these courses, and they dominate the 8-inch class.
Oh, yes, they do. I mean, I've always loved watching these little guys go. It's so much fun. And these weed pulls are just fabulous. Get into that tunnel, then up this dog walk, not missing a single step. Just beautiful. Great turn right there on that hairpin turn. That 270 and the serpentine here out. Just gets a nice tight turn on that wing right there before the A-frame. And then over that wall jump. Awesome.
Let's go to the hot seat. Phil is with the winners. Hey, Phil.
Hey, Carolyn, and hello again. We talked at Nationals of 2023, Andrea and Gabby, and I'm holding the ribbon. I like holding the ribbon, but I'm holding it because it's breezy, it's crazy down here. How do these conditions affect how Gabby runs, the turf and the wind, both?
Well, she just wants to run. I don't think she notices it. I notice it a lot more. The only thing I worry about is the wind. Sometimes it could blow her around, so I got to be a little careful, but it was all good today, so no worries.
You have a little bit to bring back with you to South Florida. I'll give this now back to you as the winds die down.
Thank
Andrea,
you.
Gabby, congratulations.
We've got 2 more champions still to crown here today, including in the 12-inch class, which features our youngest competitor of the day. A beautiful look at Blaine, Minnesota. Everything coming up sunny here. We'll be back with more from the AKC Agility Premier Cup right after this. Welcome back to Blaine, Minnesota, everybody. The sun is out, but so is the wind. We have seen gusts up to 30 miles an hour here at the National Sports Center. It hasn't deterred our athletes. They are out there. They are ready to go, but it has been a factor today, no doubt about it.
It has been a big factor today, and we're lucky that we didn't see one of our little Papillons fly off that dog walk with one of these 30-mile-an-hour gusts. Didn't want to say it earlier because I didn't want to jinx anything, but we got through the 8-inch class without a dog flying off the dog walk.
Well, the 12-inch class has a little bit more meat to the bones, a little bit more, as we start with Laura Dolan, who is running twice. She has a pair of poodles, and up first is Koos here. Koos is 4 years old, has accomplished so much in that time, according to Laura. With every event, she says they become a stronger team, and he becomes more confident in his job. She trusts him to do his job, and these two are up right out of the gate.
We're going to see a really great run here. Oh, and I jinxed it. Oh.
Why'd you do that, Terry? What happened there?
Koos just never looked at the cue to go to the backside. And so took the front side of that jump, which is an off course. But look at him go, look at him go, look at that dog walk.
How important is it to have a strong recovery with your dog even when something goes wrong?
You want to have a strong recovery because you don't want your dog to think anything went wrong. You want that dog to be happy no matter what. And look, that just right there just shows just everything's happy. So here off that teeter, just never got Koos's head, never had Koos look at her. I don't know if she didn't call Koos's name or say here or something, but unfortunately, they just didn't connect right out of that tunnel to get to that backside. But once they got that backside, they were off and running.
If you're just joining us, welcome. This is an outdoor agility invitational. It features the best of the best. Over $10,000 in prize money awarded here today. We started with 100 teams invited based on all of their past successes and other competition criteria. Now we've been down to the final 50, 10 in each class. Here goes Dusty.
And this is Sonia's second dog. So she's got a little privy to the course here.
Which is an added advantage, I'd have to guess.
It absolutely is an added advantage. Even if the dogs do run differently, you do know where everything is laid out on this course. Nice job getting dog into the tunnel. Dusty comes down that dog walk. Oh, unfortunately we have a knocked bar. Gets around this 270. Dusty's paying a little bit more attention, like something happened, Mom? I'm not sure, but Dusty's paying a little bit more attention to what's going on right now with Sonia.
Okay, so a 42.432 for Dusty and Sonia there. Well, this is an adorable look at Tinkerbell and Tim Pineri. Tim says, actually, since Tinkerbell started taking a joint supplement a little over 2 years ago, started taking U-Move, her attitude, her movements have steadily gone to a different place. Her training has improved. She just looks so much more fit. Don't get us wrong. She still loves a good hot dog, Tim says. She loves a meatball. She loves a piece of string cheese, according to Tim. But that supplement has really helped.
They're ready to go because Tim takes that hat of his and he flips it to the back, kind of whacks himself on the head to get himself excited. They got to get a quick start because they tend to start slow and finish fast. So we're looking for a quick start here for Tim and Tinkerbell. He gets Tink to the backside. Come on, Tim, let's get going. Get into those weave poles. Ooh, good save, good save. Here we go. They're going to pick up some speed here. Here comes that line that jumps into that tunnel. There we go. There's the Tinkerbell I know. Come across this dog walk. Gets the dog walk, gets that left turn, that hairpin turn right there into the tunnel. Tim gets up in front here, gets ahead, gets to 270. He's working really hard out there, making sure Tink gets everything. There we go. Good job.
42 flat. In all seriousness, though, Terry, we mentioned all the cross training, all the different supplements that are available, the diet with the exception of a few fun treats. These dogs help us understand how seriously their health is taken.
Oh, the health is taken far more seriously than some of us, I can imagine. It's amazing because they're your best friend. And you want to take care of them because you don't want anything that you've done can cause harm.
It's so true. As we take a minute here to check in with Phil. Phil, what do you have for us?
Well, Carolyn, we're all from somewhere, right? Hometown support is everywhere here in Minnesota, especially here at the National Sports Center. Minnesota United practice next door. I'm looking at a University of Minnesota logo. If you go to downtown Minneapolis and there's a spot you can stand on 4th Street, you look one way, you see the home of the Vikings. You look the other way, you see the home of the T-Wolves, the Lynx, and the Twins. In our U-Move Staying Active spotlight, we look at 13-year-old Ava Rawlings, a junior handler, the youngest junior handler here, and she's here to put the win in Twin Cities.
My name is Ava Rawlings. I am 13 years old and I'm going to 8th grade this year. Axel, he's a miniature schnauzer. He's 6 and yeah, he's a good boy. I always loved dogs, so I never knew about this, but then when we went to the puppy agility, I really liked it. Weave, go, 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 go. I like to spend time with my dogs, but I also like the success because it shows how much you've worked. But it's mostly for spending time with my dog. Winning the junior agility in Florida, I was not expecting that at all. And doing the world's team, that was a big accomplishment of mine, and that made me really happy. Jump, tunnel, 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 tunnel. Jump. Each week, we train at On the Run, which isn't too far from my house. Go, 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 go. Jump. Go, boy.
There you go. That was better. So I think when you run it the next time over there, what you want to do is just get that blind cross just a little bit sooner, so connect with him out of the tunnel.
I'd like to work on getting his contacts because he sometimes jumps off of them. But we're working on it.
Good boy, buddy. Nice job, buddy.
I want more juniors to come and be involved with it. So for me, my goal is to get some of my friends or some people I know into it, just to have more kids involved so the sport can keep going. And I want to be a professional because I really like this and it's super fun.
All right, have fun.
Go.
Okay, yeah. I'm fine. No, 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 no. She's right there. Good job.
I'm out of breath. I think I did good. He messed up a little bit on his weaves, but it's okay. Now we wait till the next one, which should be a while. To compete with adults is kind of crazy because I'm 13 and competing against like really good people. And it's just crazy to think that when I was 7, I got a puppy and now I'm here.
From just up the road, Carolyn, Ava's here looking to add to impressive accolades. She's a world team member and got her eye on a blue ribbon today.
Incredible, Phil. Thank you so much for bringing that to us. Ava also participating in the sport of conformation, so responsible for grooming and handling across a number of different dog sports, and it does mean a lot for a local to do well. We'll see what's possible here with her dog Axel, but they look locked in and ready to go. 13 years of age, Terry.
This is crazy. I love it. And the crowd loves it. They're all behind the juniors. Little slow on that teeter, but get to the backside. She got Axel to the backside. Really good. Get into those weave poles. Nice job. Here comes that line of jumps to that tunnel. Dog's picking up speed. Axel's putting it down. Get up and over this dog walk. They get that contact. Nice turn. Get into that tunnel. Little behind there, but she makes it up, gets up ahead. I think Ava's a little nervous getting through that series of jumps right there, but they did it. They made it work. It was a good run.
Really nice. 43.564 for Ava and Axel, the miniature schnauzer.
And you can see him right here going through the weave poles. Just pushing right through. Here we're up and over the dog walk. All 4 feet into that. Here they come out of the tunnel over the series of jumps here. You can see just a little bit, they were a little confused, or not confused, just out of sync. And then there's that bottom of that A-frame. Perfect execution.
Were you that impressive at 13 years of age?
Oh, no.
Look at all the juniors over here congratulating one another, spending time with one another. These junior handlers are the future of the sport. Got some all-stars in that mix, that is for sure.
Major all-stars.
We've got 5 more competitors to come here in the 12-inch class. Is it going to be Tim Paneri and Tinkerbell, the English Cocker Spaniel, who stay in the hot seat and end the day on top? We'll find out right after this. You're watching the 2024 American Kennel Club Agility Premier Cup on ESPN.
Back here at the 2024 AKC Agility Premier Cup presented by Tractor Supply Company. Right now on the hot seat, Tim and Tinkerbell in the 12-inch class. 5 dogs left to run in this height class. You can see Tim rocking the Tinkerbell pouch around the neck in honor of Tinkerbell. And Carolyn, I heard Tim putting in a food order for after the event. He said he wanted a cheeseburger, and I said, is that for you or Tinkerbell? And he goes, oh, it's totally for Tinkerbell. She's earned it. But the way Tinkerbell adores Tim, I think she might give him a bite.
That is very sweet. And you know what? I think Tinkerbell is going to use a little bit of that magic to try to stay on the hot seat, but it's going to be tough because these final competitors that we have still to come are some of the fastest dogs that you will see in the 12-inch class, beginning with Laura Dolan back again, this time with Pri, the poodle.
Pri was ready to go. Beautiful teeter, get all the way to the end of that teeter. Oh, unfortunately, they're going to call that as a fly-off, leaving the teeter before it hits the ground. Great weave pulls right here. Beautiful extension over those jumps into that tunnel.
Pri is 8 years old, so a very seasoned competitor.
Here's that turn there. Laura's just getting everything she can, and I'm not sure she knows that Pri was called for that teeter.
Terry, tell us about Nimble here.
Nimble is a very, very, very fast dog. I love watching this dog run. This dog, it moves so fast. It looks like it's actually in fast motion. And off they go. Bottom of the teeter, get in there, get to the backside. They do beautiful turn right there. Sense of those weave poles. Just look at those weave poles. Just cutting through them like glass. Cynthia's out way ahead. Beautiful running dog walk. Get into the tunnel. She gets out up there. Directing where she wants Nimble to go. Beautiful handling. Get up that A-frame.
They are flying.
Yes, they are!
That was incredible. 29.434, a new leader, and it's not even close. You said they were fast.
Oh, yeah, they are very fast. Beautiful turn on that backside right there. Beautiful send to those weave pulls, and then just motoring through those weave pulls. Here's that tunnel into that dog walk. Beautiful running dog walk into that tunnel. Here's that A-frame. Beautiful. That was just sheer speed, ground speed, just fast.
So we've got a new leader in the hot seat with 3 competitors still to go. Danica Hedges is back, this time with a Shetland sheepdog named Bright. If you're Danica of 29.434, what are you thinking in your mind right now?
You got to give it everything you got. You've got to tighten your turns. You've got to do everything you can to get everything out of your dog. And we have another fly-off called on that teeter. Gets into those weave poles. Dogs are loving that line all the way down to that tunnel. Handlers are getting ahead, getting down to the bottom of that. Go. Okay, so she went the other way on that. I don't think she meant to go that way.
Still a good save.
Really was. Nice turn.
Got that contact point, 33.492, so not quite fast enough, but still a really good run. Well, here comes Abigail Beasley and Swindle, the Shetland sheepdog. Abigail going for a 3-peat here. And Terry, you were telling me she sprained her ankle about a week and a half ago.
And she's been really good trying to rest it, stay off of it. And she hasn't run Swindle in that time. And so this is the first time we're going to see them run. Jen Crank was the one that ran Swindle in the first 2 rounds to get him here. So here we go. She does a blind cross out of the tunnel. She gets a beautiful turn right there. Sends to the poles. Good job. Gets ahead. I'm going to tell you right now, she is just giving it all she got. Doesn't even look like she has a sore ankle. Beautiful. Beautiful line through these jumps here. Gets that turn up and over that jump to the A-frame. Gets that running A-frame. Beautiful job.
Really
just
nice. Not going to be fast enough.
But I tell you, she laid it all out there.
Really just seconds off from the 3-peat. It comes that close when you talk about how talented all of these teams are. Abigail certainly in that mix, so just needed a little bit more push, but coming off injury didn't quite have it.
I mean, their lines were really, really good. I mean, that send to that weave poles and then the drive all the way down those lines that jumps to that tunnel off this dog walk. That's a great turn right there. They just didn't have the ground speed that Nimble had.
Cynthia Horner and Nimble, the All-American dog, are in the lead at 29.434 seconds with 1 team left to go. It's going to be Butter and Courtney Moore.
This is going to be awesome. Get to the, there we go, got that teeter. Oh, did not get that teeter. My bad, I guess we had another fly off on that teeter. Beautiful send to those weave poles. Beautiful weave poles. Great line of jumps into that tunnel. You can see Butter in that tunnel, just kind of taking the angle on that tunnel.
Saw a knocked bar there.
Yeah, unfortunately, off that dog walk, they did get that knocked bar.
So not going to do it. 32.285, a good time there, but it is going to be Cynthia and Nimble ending the day on top. What is it about this pair that makes them so fast?
Cynthia knows how to handle that speed, and Nimble wants to do nothing but run as fast as she can.
A well-deserved ribbon for sure. There is no denying who our winner is as we go down to Phil.
Here with Cynthia and Nimble, and Cynthia, Terry was just asked about how you handle Nimble speed, and he's like, it's just a unique thing that you do, that you can handle that kind of ground speed. What is the secret?
Many skills. I have trained her to be very independent in all of her obstacles and to understand my line cues very well, so I can do it from a distance and try to keep up with her because she is really fast.
How are we celebrating tonight?
Oh, I think she's going to get steak, but we have a 6 o'clock flight, but we are leaving the hotel at 3, so we'll have a short celebration and early bed tonight.
Leftovers for the plane. It's fine. Carol and Terry?
Phil, thank you very much. I don't know. I think those two party animals with the kind of speed we saw, they might be staying up all night. What do you think? Pulling an all-nighter?
I'd pull an all-nighter, absolutely.
We've got more stories to tell. The 20-inch class is still to come. One more champion to be crowned, and all of them are Border Collies. You want to talk about speed? We've got more on the way here in Blaine, Minnesota. Don't go anywhere. So it all comes down to this. Hallelujah, the final dog in the 20-inch class, the heavy favorite, the defending national champion.
This dog just has amazing ground speed.
Look at how fast they're moving through this course.
It's amazing what her and Hallelujah have, that mind togetherness. This dog has the most amazing ground speed. Watch this dog walk. Did you? My God, that dog walk was so amazing. My goodness.
She's trying to beat herself, and she does 30.227, an incredible time, the fastest time we've seen all day, right at the very end.
And if you blink, you've missed the dog walk.
So Jessica setting her own bar and then jumping right over it with Hallelujah, a dog with an incredible resume. And to see a pair so flawlessly execute this course is just incredible. What a way to wrap things up.
That was absolutely beautiful.
That was our Prevagen memorable moment from 2022. Here at the 2024 AKC Agility Premier Cup, Jessica Aju's somewhat recent walk-off is one storyline in a 20-inch height class that is rich in talent. Also rich in subplot. Look at Jessica. She and fellow handler Perry DeWitt were married days ago. This is their honeymoon. A mini moon in Minnesota. Carolyn, of the 10 finalists in this class, all are Border Collies, and Perry and Jessica qualified 3 of them.
Phil, thank you. What is it about them that sets them apart? I mean, they are so talented individually as handlers, and they're so supportive of one another.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is. It's how they support each other, you know, how they can actually critique each other on how they're working and what work ethic they need to work on or what they need to do. And they do that together, and they do it sublimely.
Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic here to see two of some of the most talented competitors in the field working with one another, pointing out the course to each other, sharing that information, and they are going to go head-to-head in just a moment's time. We'll start the competition in the 20-inch class with Juliana Munden and Fusion the Border Collie. It is Border Collies top to bottom in this field. You will not find a more competitive class. These dogs were bred to do stuff like this. Let's see how Fusion sets the bar here for the rest of the field as we get set to go.
Juliana gets way out ahead. Fusion gets that contact, gets to the backside of that jump. Beautiful job done there. Send to those weave poles. Well done. And then look at those weave poles. Beautiful. We're going to see nice speed, an extension going down to that tunnel. Dogs banking off that tunnel. Beautiful running dog walk. Good turn in there. Staying on that. Beautiful right there. Getting up and over this A-frame. Very nice. What a way to start it. Sub 30.
29.187, and that is how this class is going to go. We've had a couple sub 30 times throughout the course of the day, but nothing is going to be like how we are going to wrap up this show with these Border Collies and the way they devour an agility course.
Just beautiful. Look at this dog walk. Just beautiful dog walk. And a turn right there. Out she goes, hey, to get this line of jumps, these beautiful line of jumps. She did beautifully. Wraps that wing going up to that A-frame and then over that wall jump. Just well done. Beautiful handling.
Well, Amber McCune, who we saw in the 24-inch class, is back this time with a Border Collie. We'll see if they can end up in the hot seat. This is Typo. She says Typo continues to just amaze her with his athleticism. He loves this game. He tries his heart out on every single one. So another chance for Amber McCune here to put down a solid run with Typo.
Just look at his focus on Amber. Good start, hit it, get that teeter, wait. She wants to make sure he gets to the bottom of that teeter. Oh, good save, good save. Got into those weave holes, almost went off course, but got into those weave holes. Now watch him bank. You see him bank inside that tunnel. It is awesome. Little hesitation on that dog walk. It's going to cost him some time. And in this class, you do not have time to too bad. Now they've missed that jump, and she's just going to run it out, and she's happy.
All competitors start the competition with 100 points. You have to be fast, but you also have to be clean. A look at Perry here, getting set with Witt, her border collie, the reigning national champ, Perry DeWitt, on course.
And here we go. Bottom of the teeter, get into that tunnel. She goes to the other side of that backside jump. Beautiful send to the poles. Stays connected. Up and over these jumps. Great extension into that tunnel. Telling with left to get that jump. She does a front cross out there.
You can see her wife Jessica there looking on, bottom left.
Oh, so close.
30.331. And it really is going to come down to seconds, potentially tenths of a second. When you have border collies like this who are so talented, this is essentially an all-star game. If you're just joining us, these are some of the fastest border collies in the country. And here comes Jessica back to back with her new wife, Perry. And this is Hallelujah, who's going for a three-peat here 2 years ago. Jessica won this event in a walk-off like we saw. Can she do it again?
Long deliberate lead out, releases, gets that teeter, gets the backside of that jump. Beautiful turn right there, sends to those weave poles. Jessica's way out in front. Cues the jumps, cues the tunnel. We're gonna see banking in that tunnel. Good job. She's way out ahead. What a dog walk. Get into that tunnel. Get some collection, get a nice tight turn. She does. Cueing things beautifully. Wasting no space,
This is gonna be
time.
tight. And just shy. I mean, it is incredible. Talk about tenths of a seconds away from potential three-peat.
Oh, that was just a great run. Just into those weave poles, that send to those weave poles. Her getting out way out ahead, getting that cross at the exit of those weave poles. Beautiful dog walk. Even better turn, just beautiful. She gets collection right here to get a nice tight turn. She stayed on her line. She just couldn't get enough speed.
Here's Soda Pop and Gloria Kruger. Soda Pop has worked really hard to tighten her lines, according to Gloria. So we'll see if they've got that extra push, that extra drive required to get in the hot seat. How wide open is this, Terry, with some of the competitors that we normally expect to be here missing the mark a bit?
Well, it's pretty wide open. I mean, oh, we just have an off course right there, unfortunately. That's about our third one on that jump. I mean, it is pretty much wide open. I mean, these dogs are within tenths of a second, and one little mistake, a wide turn or a hesitation could pretty much be what cost you the championship.
What's been fascinating at this invitational so far is that a lot of the signature handlers that we see at all of these premier events, some of them didn't make the cut this time around, and some of them, like Terry has said, have just been off by tenths of a second. So you could see a new champion crowned here in the 20-inch class, which is such a prestigious part of this competition with how fast and how good all of these border collies are. So Juliana Munden and Fusion, our first tandem out of the gate, still in the hot seat here, and we are almost halfway through the field. Next, we've got Barb Davis and Brewski. Barb actually had a knee replacement and a foot surgery within the last year. She wasn't running well, if at all, and she actually began running again about 5 weeks before this event.
All of these handlers are taking a long lead out to get ahead so they can cue their dog to the backside of that jump, which she does. Sends to those weave poles, get the weave poles. Now she's going to rear cross those weave poles. While Brewski's in the poles, she crossed behind. Beautiful banking there in the tunnel. Get a good turn here. She does. Very nice run, just not enough.
You got the sense that they needed just a little bit more speed, but still a really solid effort from Barb Davis and Brewski, the border collie. So will the hot seat continue to heat up? That is the question. Fusion, the border collie, has full command of the lead right now, but that could change with our final 5 Border Collies still on tap. We'll see Jessica Ajou again, and will we have a new leader on the other side of the break? We'll be back with the last part of our competition. One more champion still to be crowned right after this.
The 2024 AKC Agility Premier Cup is presented by The Farmer's Dog, a smarter, healthier pet food. Swiffer, stop cleaning, start Swiffering. AT&T, keeping you connected with AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure. And the American Kennel Club, for the love of all things dog.
Welcome back, everybody, to Blaine, Minnesota, just north of the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul. We're at the National Sports Center, the largest amateur sports complex in North America. 600 acres here on this multi-sport campus, and they have been kind enough to welcome a canine competition into the mix today. It's the 2024 AKC Agility Premier Cup presented by Tractor Supply Company, and we are down to our final 5 competitors. This has been a challenging course, Terry. It's been windy here today, and not only that, the obstacles have posed significant challenges to our competitors.
Oh, yes, they have. And it hasn't all been in one place. Right here, we see Zazu take a cue that said, go outside and take that wall jump, which Mickey just kind of kicked out. And then here we see dog going up the A-frame and then coming off. And here's Francois in the tunnel. And Francois, where are you?
He said, no, no.
No, no, I'm not coming out of the tunnel. And then they do. And here's Butter just leaving a little too early on that teeter. And then we have this knock puck right off that wall jump. Unfortunately, when it's the last bar, it hurts.
All right, so here's a look at our hot seat here. Our first Border Collie out of the gate. Each one of these finals has 10 teams. This is Fusion and Juliana Munden, and they are holding on to that hot seat for dear life at 29.1. Here comes Surefire, the Border Collie, and Merritt Spiegel here. We've got 5 more teams still to go.
Merritt took a very long lead out. Surefire is off and going. She makes sure she gets that backside. Beautifully done. Sends to those weave poles. Cuts across the front of the weave poles. Surefire comes across this dog walk. Beautiful. Get a really good turn there. Get a nice turn, keep smooth. Very nicely done. Gonna have to push hard. Just not enough.
Really nice though, 30.885.
But the lines were great. They just don't have that same ground speed. And it's not a big difference. It is just such a minute difference in the ground speed of these dogs.
Here comes Tribute and Paulina Renee Simpson. Another example of a duo that has made it to this point and could very well surprise.
Absolutely. I mean, our next three dogs could, any one of them could win. It's crazy, but boy, I love this.
The energy changes in this class as well. Everybody wants to see the Border Collies go up against one another.
It is just awesome. The energy of both the handlers and the dogs. And there we see Paulina making a rear cross behind those weave poles, getting out ahead. Up and through that tunnel. Beautiful running dog walk, but unfortunately the speed coming off of that dog walk ended up causing a big wide turn on that hairpin turn, but they make it up through here on this serpentine, getting up and over this A-frame. Nice job, just not enough.
Beautifully done. It is going to come down to seconds.
It's amazing that we keep saying, just not enough, just not enough. Fusion was our first dog. We've been saying it the entire time for every dog.
I know, you are so right. Juliana and Fusion looking very zen in the hot seat right now. They know they just have to wait for 2 more teams to go through to see if they will end the day as champions. But Jessica Ajou has been in this moment before. She is back now again with Optimus Prime. 29.187, that is the time to beat.
Here we go. Little hesitation on that teeter is going to cost a little bit. Beautiful send of those weave poles, absolutely stunning. Here's the send of that tunnel. Get up this dog walk. Beautiful dog walk. Gets the turn. This is where we got to make it up here. Nice, tight, smooth turns. Efficient, beautiful, well done. But like I've said before, just not enough.
Still, a massive congratulations to Perry and Jessica. We're so happy for both of them. Wonderful to see them spending their honeymoon with us. Another look here at Jessica's run with Optimus Prime.
Did you see that line on that set of serpentine jumps? It was just beautiful.
It really is a masterclass. Some of these handlers just do it so much better than everybody else. This Invitational is such a treat. It's such a showcase of what is possible with training and dedication to this sport, which is absolutely sweeping the country in popularity. And now it comes down to Andy Winther and Zoom Zoom.
Can they do a walk-off win? We're about to see.
We've seen it before. Will we see it again? Have to go sub 29 or thereabouts.
Beautiful teeter. Get to the backside of this jump here.
Little slip there out of the tunnel.
Yeah, I saw that.
Go, 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 go. Here, hop, hop, hop.
Just not going to be enough. I'm going to say that early.
Just not seeing that speed, that push.
No, I'm not seeing it. It's a beautiful run. They're having a great run. Beautiful line right there. Oh, he knocked a bar, unfortunately.
Juliana Munden and Fusion just set the tone in a different way right out of the gate. They deserve this victory, bar none. Such an impressive effort. A big congratulations to them. They set the tone, and they backed it up.
Nothing like being first and laying it down, making everybody come up to you.
How big of a surprise is it to see Juliana Munden on top?
Well, they were in the finals at the National Agility Championship, so you know they have it in them. But it only takes one time, one day, one moment to step up, and they did, and they hit a home run.
All right, the winners are with Phil Murphy. Phil.
The winners have gotten cozy here, sitting on the hot seat for the entirety of the run. You see so many accomplished handlers and accomplished dogs running through the course. What were your emotions like sitting on the hot seat after putting down a fantastic time and then watching that be challenged by some of the best in the sport?
It was quite nerve-wracking, for sure. But it's always fun to watch people that I know, close to me and that we compete with often, and see them give it their best try. And I just love that competitive environment that they give. So it's thrilling and nerve-wracking all at the same time.
AKC Agility Premier Cup winners, you and Fusion, what does this mean to the two of you?
I don't even know. I feel speechless. I really wasn't expecting a whole lot coming here. We just came back from her raising a litter of puppies, so we're just proud to be here and proud to have our teamwork back after such a short time.
Oh, fantastic. And she obviously loves agility as well. She was fantastic on the course. You guys were fantastic all day. Thanks so much for your time. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Phil, thank you. So we've got a new mom in the mix with some new pups and a big win at the end of the day. Terry, let's take one last look at our winners from the day. Some names that we might not have expected coming in, but everyone surely deserving.
Absolutely. I mean, Nimble's run was amazing. I mean, Jada laid down a run. I mean, it was crazy. We had Gator come in and then ending with Fusion. What a great round.
Well, these faces say it all. There were the usual obstacles to overcome today, Terry, and then some. The wind blew all day long, but it did not knock out our competitors at all.
No, it did not. I mean, the wind was a factor, but I don't think it was that much of a factor. All these handlers know what they're doing. These dogs are all seasoned. It was a great show. Iconic.
In this year's AKC Agility Premier Cup, it was certainly a showcase of a sport that is sweeping the country. Our competitors impressed. They met every single challenge with kisses and hugs for all the good boys and girls along the way with 4 paws. And for all of us here in Blaine, Minnesota, on our AKC on ESPN team, we want to say thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.